So in the Gibraltar context, an EV is perfect, in my opinion. An EV has a range of about 4 to 500 kilometers. Round the rock once is 10 kilometers. You can go around the rock and do very many journeys around the rock without needing to charge your EV. In the same way, if you want to go into Spain, I mean, you've got a range of, again, 500 kilometers. I looked at it, and in a vehicle like an EV6 over there in the showroom, you can go to Malaga and back, Malaga Airport and back without an issue, and get back to Gibraltar and still have 30-ish% battery left. So I wanted to kind of bring life with an EV really into the fore for the Gibraltarian. Um, there is always a question around the charging infrastructure. Um, Now, chargers do exist in Gib, and I understand that there are more and more investments being made in chargers. My opinion is that the charging needs to come slightly ahead of the demand for electric vehicles. Now, the demand for electric vehicles, for whatever reason, and there are many, potentially isn't quite there yet in Gibraltar, but it could be. There are more charging points than we think, and what's excellent is that many of the new developments, due to the new regulations, they are all ready to go with EV charging. So 20% of any new development needs to have chargers in place, and the balance 80% has to be equipped passively. So all the cabling is there, and it's ready to go as soon as the demand for that electric vehicle comes in. You place the charger on, take the power, and you have another EV charging space. So I think the future's bright.
It is a little bit of a chicken and egg situation, though. So, how do we decide who goes first and how do we make them go first?
I think that in any market, the consumer always decides, and I think it's a social opportunity that we have to do something to clean up our air quality, and also I think have a bit of fun. I mean, driving an EV is very enjoyable in terms of it's got a low sense of gravity. Its acceleration is beyond belief because you have instant torque. Um, they are cheaper to run, they're cheaper to maintain. So I think they have a lot of economic and also social benefits.
The government has the aim of only allowing hybrid vehicles to register by 2030 and then fully electric vehicles by 2035. Do you think, as things stand in Gib, that's a realistic aim? And if not, what needs to be done by government or by the commercial sector in order to get there?
It's absolutely doable and absolutely realistic. What people shouldn't do, and I wouldn't advocate people just to get rid of a perfectly good petrol car today in order to buy an EV. That actually doesn't do anything. All it does is it creates demand for another asset, and when you have a perfectly good asset that's working, it's wasteful.